Hello everybody, I'm Linda Yu and we're here in the Chicago Sun-Times kitchen. Now, if you're watching this Food We Love video, chances are you found it through social media, because we post these videos on the Chicago Sun-Times website and then we share them on my social media platforms as well as the Sun-Times social media platforms. But my guest today knows all about that. She's an expert at digital media as well as cooking. This is Monique Volz, and she's created a dynamic community, and you call it?
Ambitious Kitchen.
Ambitious Kitchen, that's right. And a lot of you I know already follow Monique on Instagram. There are hundreds of thousands of you following her, and you love to see all of her pictures as well as her really yummy recipes for all kinds of food. So right now, let's talk about what inspired you to create Ambitious Kitchen.
Yeah, so food has been a huge part of my life for as long as I can remember. My mom was a cook, my grandma was a cook and a baker, and my dad was a baker. So it's always been just a part of my history.
Food. Right, food.
You know, when I was 9, I remember making my first pie from scratch, including the dough, and so I just grew up around it and I absolutely love it. And so I wanted a place to kind of put all my recipes on there, make them a little bit healthier, and share them with the world.
Let's go back to you learning to cook, and it's several generations. It's not just your parents and your grandmother, but your great-grandmother too.
Yeah, my Nana, yep.
Yeah.
So she was actually born in Puerto Rico, and she just always cooked from when she was a little girl. She had to cook for her family.
Yeah.
That was her responsibility. So she taught my grandmother, my grandma taught my mom, and who taught me. And so I grew up around a lot of heavy dishes,
Sure.
and I really wanted to show people how to lighten things up and make them healthier and approachable, but still taste really, really good.
Okay, so let's do that. This is your grandmother's bran muffin recipe.
Yes, my grandma's bran muffin recipe. She gave it to me, and what I've done is basically lightened it up a little bit, using the ingredients that I like to bake with.
Okay, all right. So let's show everybody how.
Yep. Okay, so this is whole wheat pastry flour. My grandma normally uses an all-purpose flour, but I like to use whole wheat pastry flour because it's actually just as nutritious as regular whole wheat flour. It's just a little bit lighter.
Oh, okay.
So Bob's Red Mill makes it. You can find it in most grocery stores.
And it acts the same way as all-purpose flour. Okay.
It does, but it makes things, it's still the nutritional value, the whole wheat, but a little bit lighter and fluffier.
Great, okay. And then the next ingredient is?
We've got some wheat bran for the bran muffins, classic.
Yeah.
Baking powder, baking soda, and cinnamon.
And cinnamon too.
And that's really good for blood sugar.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, to help regulate your blood sugar.
Okay, all right. So those are the dry ingredients that you put
dry
together.
Ingredients.
Okay, and then now the wet ingredients.
Yep, so we've got our eggs, and then I like to use almond milk. That keeps it dairy-free.
Sure.
It's very nutritious, the almond milk out there. You could also use a coconut milk, but I like it. It's unsweetened, delicious.
Okay.
My grandma uses buttermilk. I've lightened it up there.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
And then applesauce helps to keep the muffins moist and also adds sweetness without having to add additional sugar.
Yeah. Okay.
So love it there.
Great.
We use a little bit of brown sugar. That's just to keep the classicness of the muffins.
What you expect
right
with the muffin.
But you could still use coconut sugar if you're looking for something that's unrefined.
Okay, all right.
And coconut oil.
People don't know to use that because it makes things so moist, doesn't it?
So good.
Yeah.
So good. Especially a virgin coconut oil, which has all the flavor of the coconut.
I know.
So
it's good.
Healthy fats.
It's good.
Healthy
right.
fats.
It's good. And then we've got
blackstrap molasses. A lot of people don't use this in baking, but it is a trick if you ever want to make anything taste like a gingerbread muffin or a gingerbread cookie. Blackstrap molasses is where it's at. And it actually has more potassium than a banana, 1 tablespoon.
Really?
20% of your daily iron, which is fantastic for women. So we love the blackstrap molasses.
And is it as sweet as sugar? Do you have to use more or less or what?
You do have to use more of it, but because this is just for pure flavor, you can really not
because
use
you've
much.
gotten your sweetness over here. Right. Okay. So great. Yeah, and then?
And then a little apple cider vinegar to help activate the baking powder.
Okay. I thought it gives it a little zing.
Sure. A little zing.
Yeah. A little zing. Okay. And then so you mix them all, you take that and you mix it with your dry ingredients.
Yeah, so first you want to mix your dry ingredients together, whisk them all so they're well incorporated. And then you will mix your wet ingredients and you add your dry to your wet. Mix it all together and you'll bake them at 400 degrees for 15 minutes.
So we've got them here. Okay, we've got these, all right. And then I'm going to taste. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, but first, I want to show everybody too, because I know that it's going to be really, really moist, and you can feel that when that it's really, really moist in there. Okay?
And you can also add blueberries or raisins.
Good idea. Okay. And it tastes really, really moist too.
Yeah.
Okay, it's great. All right, these muffins, wonderful. Stay moist, good. Your grandmother approves.
Yeah, she does.
Okay, and you can find Monique's muffin recipe. It's at the Chicago Sun-Times website, as well as on her own website, which is
ambitiouskitchen.com.
Right. So thanks for joining us. Thank you for joining us too.
Thank you.
We'll see all of you next time on Food We Love. Bye. For this yummy recipe and so much more, go to the Chicago Sun-Times website. The address is right here on your screen.